Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you're tuning in to watch this new episode of Music Librarium. My name is Kyle Branch, and I'm your host. And we are going to be covering, with this episode, the music of Steve Winwood. So let's get to it. Winwood goes way, way back to the 60s. His music is like rock, pop, R&B, soul, blue-eyed soul. So it's just, there isn't a bad Steve Winwood solo album. So let's just delve in because I got a lot here to cover. And a cool little bonus at the end too. So let's start off with Refugees of the Heart. This is a November 1980 release. And it's just well, they're all good. What can I say? That's the track listing on back. And a nice looking color matching type of disc. Some of these scattered, splattered tones here with a heart in the center, as you can see. Kind of match up a little bit with this. So let's pull this out. Let's see what we got here. That's a cool photograph of Steve. 1990, 36 years ago, this album came out. Whew. Time flies when you're having fun. So let's check out the booklet, liner notes, information, lyrics, song set list, cool framed photographs on the inside here. Obviously, this one we just saw on the outside. They must have chose that one. Kind of double up for a photo on the back of the jacket. It's a very interesting color tone, isn't it? What do you call that? Like a champagne? It's got a champagne and clear and white. Interesting. Credits, musicians, studios. Refugees of the Heart, 1990. Next is Back in the High Life. This is 1986, June release. I happen to have seen this tour probably in, I don't know, late 86, 87 maybe, here in California at the Universal Amphitheater in Los Angeles. That is unfortunately no longer there. It was called the Gibson Amphitheater after that, and then they demolished it and used more of the land area for Universal Studios. But it was a great amphitheater, seated about, I think, 5,000 people, something, 6,000 maybe. Saw so many different shows there. This was an unbelievable show. And the opening band was a band I'd wanted to see for a long time, which was Level 42. So to see both Steve Winwood and Level 42 together on tour was just fabulous, because Level 42, a British band, was very popular at that time. And I think I'll be covering some of their music in this Librarium episodic series as we go along. Anyway, Back in the High Life, huge hit. This is 40 years ago now. Kind of a basic disc design. Nothing super fancy. Was that 10 photographs? 2, 4, 6, 8 photographs. Okay. On back. The track listing for the album. That's very cool. How they used a pen to kind of write the song titles here. Nice handwriting. Kind of reminds me of my own. I do have nice handwriting, I have to admit it. My mom taught me. I was really good in penmanship class in, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, when we're doing cursive writing and then non-cursive writing and those large lines of pad paper that we had to make them different sizes and everything. I still remember. I can still do it. But this is cursive handwriting right here. The song list. Song titles, I mean. And I still like to do that once in a while, especially when I'm signing my books. I have many books out on the market on Amazon, probably 20-something. A few different book series. A series of cocktail books, a series of music puzzlers books, which I will show you as a surprise at the end of this video, which is very cool. It's something I think you'll dig. Anyway, fantastic album. Several singles on here. Yep, Higher Love, Back in the High Life Again, The Finer Things, My Love's Leaving, Wake Me Up on Judgment Day. Now, there's some albums in his catalog that, that came later and later as its popularity faded out. He still kept coming out with music. And we're going to be covering some of those too, because I have those here. And that music is just as good as the music during his heyday of his solo career. 9 Lives is April 2008, which is his most recent album. So it has been 18 years since he's come out with a solo album. But from back in the 80s all the way up till that point, that's a lot of music that he's produced and written and recorded and toured and came out with. So you got to give a guy credit like that. He's probably, I think Steve's like, 75 or 80 years old now. These artists and bands that keep cranking it out after all these years, you got to give them credit, especially if they're turning out really great songs still. This is a cool disc. Look at that. Nice matching, kind of, what do you call that? Kind of that red color. Kind of a burnt, not an orange red, but like a, I don't know. Garnet red, maybe? Is that the name of that color? Fire red, potentially. Let's see what we have here in back. Okay, we have a cool, was that him with a Telecaster? Fender Telecaster guitar, maybe? Is that what that is? Anyway, 9 Lives, very cool disc. Put some extra creative effort into this package. I love this interior. It goes really well with the red, doesn't it? This nice kind of a tannish, antiquish tan. Nice photo. Steve at the keyboard, probably, who knows, in the studio, in his house. Nice photographs. And this is the part of the stuff that you get when you buy music. You buy the physical copies. You can't get some of those photos and things anywhere else, And that's why I love having my music library at home, because it has value to it. Hard copy makes a difference in the sound as well. December 1980, Arc of a Diver. I don't think this was his first solo album. I think it was his second one. But this is what put him on his map for his solo music anyway. Just when I heard that, this is still my favorite album. Just Night Train and Spanish Dancer and, just fantastic. Cool artwork for the cover. Yeah, While You See a Chance, Take It, On Romance. Yeah, Arc of a Diver. Yeah, just, there's like 7, that's it, just 7 tracks on here, but Night Train is almost 8 minutes long, so, and, he just, I mean, Winwood puts together songs that aren't, he's not like a three-minute song person all the way through his catalog. I mean, he's got songs that are anyway from 3.5 minutes all the way to, 8, 9 minutes, even longer, throughout some of the catalog that I have here of his in my library. So he will write at any length. Wherever the song takes him, he goes with it. Because he can, he's the master of the song. He can cut it off at any time. He can continue it. It all depends on the mood and the groove, and part of what establishes the concept of an album, which is basically what this is. Just because it's on a CD, it's really an album concept on a CD as opposed to vinyl. Roll With It, June 1988. This was recorded in 2 studios, Windmill Lane Studio in Dublin, Ireland, and McClear Place Studio in Toronto, Canada. Imagine doing an album with studios in 2 completely different countries. Maybe sometimes you hear artists and bands doing that kind of while they're on tour. If they have a little break, they'll go into a studio and they have it set it up that way. And then it's like, let's just go to this studio here, and it's always fascinated me about all the different places that they record. From Dublin, Ireland to Toronto, Canada. That's no short distance. Roll with it. Ta-da, ta-da. All right. Let's see how this goes here. Is it going to go like this? Oh, it's kind of, yeah. Okay. Let's go like this. But then you got a song this way and a song that way. So it's, well, you know what? I'm going to have to surrender to this liner notes jacket booklet. All right. Just one great album of music after another. And then we really come right up on this one too. This is Talking Back to the Night, August of 1982. He's got 80, 82. This came out after Arc of a Diver. And then 86 was Back in the High Life. 88, Roll With It. And then 90. And then, that covers 2008, which is 9 lives. And then I have a couple other ones off camera that I'm going to show you. Talking Back to the Night, Valerie. And I just Still in the Game. The Island record label. I love this artwork. I love the color combination, and whatever razzle dazzle came together with this is just nicely done, nicely creative for a CD jacket, even though this was an LP back in the day too, 1982. So that was 5 or 6 years before compact discs, CDs started hitting the market, where everything got transferred over from analog to digital. That's why in the back of the big jacket or cover it says AAD. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's a cool little faded photograph of Steve Winwood right there. He's looking at you. So that's the main 6. Let's go to a few more. Check this out. This is the very best of Steve Winwood Revolutions, where he has selections from all of the different bands that he was in before he had his solo career, which is Spencer Davis Group, Blind Faith, and Traffic. And the song selection is separated right here. Spencer Davis Group, 3 tracks. Traffic, 4 tracks. Blind Faith, 1 track. And then solo tracks that are some songs that are on these albums here. But it's just a great collection. Like if you want to take a road trip with you and you don't want to take this one, because that has a collection of, what is it, 16? Yeah, 16 tracks. Just put this on random in the car and you are rocking down the highway. There's just, every song is fantastic. So that is very, very cool there. Another selection from his collection, which was Junction 7. So this came around the period before 9 Lives, 2008. And I listened to this album just the other day in the car, and it's just fantastic. And this blue color is as cool as the inside champagne color here. This is like a blue champagne color. Very cool. So check that out when you get a chance. And the last one here, which is About Time, has a ton of tracks, including a bonus disc on it. So you got all these basic tracks from the album here. And then you got the bonus disc of tracks right here. So this is a ton of music with a 11-minute track on the tail end of the main album. Some fun little design here. I'm not going to crack the booklet open, but I think this one goes like, so it goes like this. Or it goes like this. There we go. And that's the bonus disc right there, because the tracks are right there. And that is right here. Now, what is very cool is something you haven't seen yet. I have a Music Puzzlers series of books out. There's 10 books, and they're all on Amazon. And I used to work in the music business, so I love putting this series together, and I'm going to continue it more next year with another set of 10 books over a 5-year period of time. But what I've done is I've created Steve Winwood, because I mentioned Blue-Eyed Soul. Well, Blue-Eyed Soul is covered in this R&B soul and funk music puzzlers book, right? So what I've created is Steve Winwood in the Blue-Eyed Soul section of this book. You know what word search is? Well, this is song search. You're looking up all of these song titles in this letter grid. So selections from all the songs from Arc of a Diver, Back in the High Life, and Roll With It, 80, 80, 86, and 88. All these songs are in this grid for you to find. And this is almost next to the last puzzle page of the book. And there's plenty of other, this is Blue-Eyed Soul, the Bee Gees are in here, Joe Cocker. But then you go way on the interior, you got Bo Diddley, you got Michael Jackson, you got the Impressions, you got Lakeside, Atlantic Star, Midnight Star, Hot Chocolate, Sly and the Family Stone. It is on and on and on. The Pointer Sisters, Smokey Robinson. This is a big, big book. This is a double-sized book from the ones I usually do, Donna Summer. Anyway, not to go into this too long, but this is on Amazon, and you can pick it up there. It's a fantastic way to have fun, to learn about a ton of different songs and artists that are out there, and it's great for your memory. Howlin' Wolf, everything. Janet Jackson, you name it. Guy, Enchantment, Prince and the Revolution. It's all in here. Anyway, I'll put that off to the side. That's it for Steve Winwood and the book, and we will see you the next time around. Thanks for stopping in, and subscribe if you can. Buy me a coffee if you can, too. It'll really help out with the future of the library and the music and expanding it a little bit here and there. Okay? See you later. Bye.